Hello J Nation, are you an animator or you aspire to be an animator and you want to find a animation software that works for you, or you want to do what can make animation the easiest for you? In my last video of kind of this series where I decided to look in the pros and cons of two animation softwares that are pretty well known, Firealpaca and Flipaclip. Well, in this video I'm doing Firealpaca versus Krita, which I'll get into explaining what is Krita, because I'm gonna be honest, it's quite, not one of the most well-known animation softwares. I mean, I have never heard of Krita until I tried it out in 2024. Also, I'm not sure how I'm pronouncing this app's name's the correct version of it, so don't throw rocks at me in the comment section about it. Okay, thank you. By the way, if you haven't watched the first video in the series, I suggest you do, because it will make a lot of sense on my review on Firealpaca and Krita. So I'll first start getting into the animation of Krita. Personally, when I start animating, I do really messy sketches without any much movement. But if there is critical movement, I will, put that in there. So I'm not doing in between frames, I'm just doing the big frames and all of that. And that will make it be more still. Because right now I'm doing lazy sketches and not necessarily what would be more detailed. This also means a lot of copy and pasting because I animate to songs, and songs usually have repeating lyrics, so I will be copying and pasting a lot in this video. So here is an obviously good pro about this software, is that you can implement music into it. So you can import music into your animation so it's there in each frame, which is very helpful when you animate. Firealpaca does not have this feature, which is really annoying. Flipaclip has this feature where if you import the video, you have the chance to import the audio alongside with it so you don't have to match it, while Krita does not have this feature, and it's really annoying in my opinion. However, Krita has this option that Firealpaca and both Flipaclip don't have, and it is with the copy and paste and clone feature. And in Firealpaca and Flipaclip, you have to continuously copy and paste, which I find really annoying, and I don't liking having to do that. However, that frame stays for the longest time without you having to copy and paste a new frame, and if you want to do slight adjustments, it makes its own frame for you. And it also does this thing, so it's really easy, and I don't have to copy and paste a thing over and over again if a frame stays for a couple of seconds, which really does help, and I really do appreciate that feature, and it takes so much time off my hands, because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of my time animating, when I animate in Firealpaca and both in Flipaclip, I spent majority of my time just copy and pasting and not necessarily drawing, which I find really annoying. But Krita does not have that problem, and I really do like that.
Which that really helps lazy animators like me, so we don't have to waste 9 minutes of our life, possibly even an hour, copying and pasting a single frame. And it gets even more sucky if it's even more frames than one. I cannot tell you how much time I've lost just to copy and pasting frames. It is really annoying. However, Krita does not have that problem, and I'm so happy it doesn't, because I'm gonna be honest, it's really annoying, and it just makes animating a lot more hard and a lot more, fun to do, especially when you're doing it as a hobbyist and not really as your job. And if you are doing it as your job, it does make it a little bit, not a little bit harder, but just 2 times harder, if you know what I mean. But if you would ask me how I would feel about Krita towards Flipaclip, Krita definitely knocks Flipaclip out of the park. It's just way more better. And it's free, and you don't have to pay anything for certain features, which I really like. But how about Firealpaca? We'll switch over to Firealpaca right literally after this. We have reached the middle part of the video, and at this part, I usually ask people in the beginning of the video to subscribe, but the thing is that if you're new to my channel, how are you going to know if my videos are good? So now, since it's the midpoint of the video, you've watched a sample of my videos and whether or not you liked them or not. And if you stayed this long, I assume you do. So please subscribe. The Jaden Nation's really cool. Our community is really epic, so you should really join. Anyway, let's go back to our main message. Now, as you can see, there is a certain button that Krita did not have, and that is the undo button, where you can click on it, or use your pen to click on it, and it immediately undoes it. Krita does not have this feature. It does have the undo feature, but you have to Control Z it. There's no button on the screen that can make your mistake go away, which for me is really annoying because my space does not hold both my drawing tablet and my computer. My computer has to sit on the floor while my drawing tablet gets the table. That is just an L space issue for me, so it's not necessarily every artist has this problem, but having to Control C it on the computer makes it really hard. And I'm gonna be honest, I do not want to grab the eraser to erase it and change the pen size to change it. It's really annoying, and it kind of adds an extra step to Krita, while Firealpaca does not have that. Firealpaca has multiple brush options, so you can choose different brushes and what you want to draw with, and so does Krita. Problem is that Krita gives you really, really kind of crappy pens and brushes, while Firealpaca doesn't. However, that is my opinion. Someone could try Krita brushes and believe that it fits their art style completely. Personally, it doesn't for me. I only have one brush that, works for my style, while, on Firealpaca, I have multiple brushes that affect my style. However, this is just a personal preference. This isn't an actual issue with this software. This is just generally my opinion. I also want to mention, since I'm just drawing and not necessarily animating in this, but I have animated in this program before, by the way, and that you can only have 60 frames per project, which I find really annoying. 60 frames is the maximum, while Krita does not have that problem. I don't know how much up you can get with this project, but I know for sure it's not limiting you to only 60 frames per project. Krita has accepted projects of mine that went up to 2,000 frames per second, and Firealpaca does not have that option, which I found such a downgrade. I also personally find the formatting of the frames kind of annoying. That's just my opinion though. I don't like the formatting. But that's my personal opinion, and I'm not being sponsored by Krita or Firealpaca for this review, so it's not like I'm being forced to say anything nice or bad about the other, so this is completely just my opinion. Now, you're looking at your screen, and you're probably wondering what the hell is going on my screen. Okay, so these are my two original characters, Daniel and Katrina. Daniel is the brown-haired guy, and Katrina is the one with the purplish whitish ombre hair. This story centers around a girl named Katrina who is going to a party that is after school, and after school has ended for the year. She is now entering her sophomore year. Problem is that at this party, a lot of people's, lives are being cut short because obviously, like every horror story, if there is a party, it is going to go horribly wrong. And how does it go horribly wrong? Well, because a demon is on the premises and it's not so happy with, so many teenagers partying. Only for Katrina to find out that that demon actually doesn't care about the teenagers partying on its quote-unquote premises. The demon this whole time is actually her best friend, who is madly in love with her, making her realize that the reason why she became the final girl wasn't because of luck or of the skills she used thanks to horror movies. She was selected to win from the start. Horror movies has always talked about what to do when a demon crashes your party and decides to kill everyone, but horror movies have never talked about what do you do when a demon has fallen enamored by you. So, yeah, that is the premise of the after party. If that intrigues you, the link is in the description below. Now, let us talk about which one is better. I'm gonna say it is Krita. I think Krita is way more better with how it distributes its frames and how it works. I also like the formatting better. Yes, there is some problems to it, and yes, the same thing as with Firealpaca, but I recommend Krita. It is free to use. You don't have to pay. There's no pay to use features either. So it's very easy and it's good for beginners. It will take you a couple of days to get used to the mechanics like any other software would, but it is, I would say, a pretty good software to use. This is the end of my video. Subcribbles, maybe.